Hey guys, how you doing? Ross George, how are you, my friend? Guys, just let me know if you can hear me. Give me some hearts, give me some likes. Sorry I'm a little bit late. Basically, look at the sky in Manchester right now. The sun is shining. Beautiful, beautiful weather. And I drove around. The reason I'm in the car, by the way, is I've got an event in 20 minutes. So, as usual, totally disorganized. Totally, forgot that I was doing this, and then I have an event tonight. So it was basically, I'm gonna have to do this Facebook Live in the car. And I drove around and I was just getting ready to go live, and then three guys came out from behind the bushes. Don't know what they were doing there, and they basically came out and just started talking. So I was like, oh, there's all this background noise. And then I waited a little bit longer for them to go. They didn't leave, but then I was like, wherever I drive, the sun is literally in my eyes everywhere. So I'm currently parked up at the far back end of a car park, like some weirdo. So there you go. All right, guys, thank you for jumping on. I'm going to crack on with this real quick because I have got to rush off and do another event later on. But I just wanted to start by sharing my story. And you know, a lot of people are on this page, and I haven't done a live for a while, but there's a lot of new people that have come onto this page to see what's going on. A lot of people get my emails every single day from all over the world, which is very, very cool. So I just wanted to start my story really and share that with you to begin with. Maybe you can take a little bit of inspiration from that, and then go into a couple of the topics that were kind of brought to my attention by people that have been asking me questions over the last couple of weeks. So 7 years ago, I kind of stumbled into entrepreneurship, basically online entrepreneurship. I was a personal trainer at the time. I'd done loads of different types of jobs, whether it be working as a special needs assistant at a primary school. I then did after school clubs and was always into fitness and nutrition and that kind of thing. I was a postman for 6 weeks, wasn't very good at that, hence why I only lasted 6 weeks, and I've got very short legs, so it was difficult. Also, I was a bartender, and I was pretty crap at that as well, so I wasn't brilliant at all this stuff. And I guess the reason why I wasn't good at it was because I wasn't that passionate about it. I certainly wasn't passionate about being a postman and being a bartender. Not that there's anything wrong with those jobs, but for me it just didn't really excite me enough. So I guess my number one tip for you guys would be, find something that you absolutely love. Find something that doesn't feel like a job. Like if you get up on a Monday morning thinking, oh fuck, I've got to go to work, I've got to do this job that I absolutely hate. I'm not saying you're going to bounce out of bed every single day loving what you do, like 100%, but I would say 80 to 85% of the time, you should be absolutely in love with what you do. And if you're not, then you need to find a way of either monetizing your hobby or finding a job or a career that is related to what your passion is. So follow your passion. And my passion was fitness, my passion was nutrition, and my passion was like being self-employed and being an entrepreneur. So I became a personal trainer, absolutely love what I did, worked with some absolutely incredible, amazing people over the years, and I did that for about 2.5 years before working in a big box gym, and then I moved to set up my own facility. And you know what, it was great, but there was something missing, and I kind of craved this freedom lifestyle, the ability to work anywhere, the ability to work on a plane, the ability to work in a foreign country, on the beach, wherever it may be. Just that choices is what I wanted. Freedom and choices is exactly what I was looking for. And I guess I wasn't getting that with being a PT, because I had to start work at 6 o'clock in the morning. I had to work till 11 o'clock in the evening. I was working weekends all the time. It was just 100% hustle. And you know, like any business that's involved with appointments, they change all the time. So you could have back-to-back clients from like 6:30 till 9 a.m. and then nothing for 4 hours, and then you'd be back in the gym working again. So it was unsociable hours, and it was a hard hustle, if you know what I mean. Like anything, if you want to be successful, you got to work hard at it. But I just wanted to find something that would, I guess, give me leverage financially, and give me leverage with my time, so I could earn more money, I could help more people, and I could have more choices. And I think, you know, point number 2 is, don't be ashamed of making money. Like, money is incredible. Like, you can do some really amazing things with money. You can treat yourself, you can treat your family, you can treat your friends, you can take care of yourself and release what is probably the #1 stress worldwide for everybody, which is financial problems, where people are in debt, people are struggling, people need to find a way out of a current situation, and money gives you choices. It does give you the ability to help others as well, which I love about it as well. You know, you look at Bill Gates, you look at Warren Buffett, these are the richest guys on the planet, but they also give the most to charity, and they also give the most to helping other people. So I started to look for something. I started to kind of throw out into the universe, and you know, you might think I've been smoking something or whatever, but I've not. I'm a big believer in the universe and the law of attraction, and you know, if you put out those vibes, you will get that stuff. Thoughts become feelings, and the things that you think about and the things that you focus on is what you attract into your life. And I was looking for something. I didn't know where it was going to come from. I didn't even know what it was going to be, but I found a product and a business opportunity that I could believe in. It made total sense to me. And I just went with my gut feeling. It was almost like, what if this could happen for me? I did my research. I looked at the stories. I looked at people that have been successful in the industry. I looked at people that have been successful within that company. And I was just like, you know what, if they can do it, why can't I do it? What's the difference between them and me? And I guess it was how I found a vehicle, so to speak, of how I could not only help more people, but get what I wanted out of life as well. And it was a risk-free opportunity in terms of financial expenditure. I didn't need bank loans. I didn't need any of that kind of stuff. But the same token, it was a risk in terms of me putting my time and energy and effort into it. So I'll go into that in a little bit more detail. Like, everything you do, you are risking something. You're either risking money, you're risking time, you're risking, you know, a little bit of freedom to start with. But I dived in with both feet because I saw the bigger picture. You know, I had a vision for what I wanted to create and the lifestyle that I wanted to lead. And it was like, if these guys are doing it, then I can do it. And I found a product, found a business opportunity that I could believe in, dived in with both feet, and then came the big negativity. And that was one of the points that people were asking me all the time, like, how did you deal with negativity when you started? How do you deal with negativity now? Do you still get negativity now? Yeah, the answer is 100%. I still get people that don't buy into what I'm doing. I still get people that think it's bullshit. They don't believe that you can become successful in these things or whatever. But back then, when I didn't have a story, when I was still living at home with my parents, you know, the first people that I told about this was my mum and dad and my partner. And it was like, they didn't understand it. They didn't really know what it was. They'd never heard of it before. It was like, it must be a scam, right? Because if we haven't heard about it before, it must be a scam, surely, right? If we haven't heard about it before, it can't be legal. Well, again, that's nonsense. Like, just because you haven't heard about it before doesn't mean it can't come true for you. Doesn't mean that it doesn't work. You know, about 10, 15 years ago, someone was crazy enough to create Facebook, right? Mark Zuckerberg. People probably thought he was crazy. Now there's 2 billion people that don't think he's crazy anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? So you have to have an idea, you have to have a vision, you have to have a passion for what you're doing, and then you're going to get a lot of doors slammed in your face. And that's what happened. The people I wanted to believe in me and believe in this the most didn't believe in it. And I remember when I started, it wasn't a massive success for me at the beginning. It was actually a struggle. Like, it was a real struggle. It was a struggle explaining the product. It was a struggle explaining the opportunity. It was a struggle getting no's. And being a personal trainer, if any fit pros are on this live, like, you know that we have to get no's when you're a PT. You have to, I mean, in any walk of life, in any business, you have to collect no's. Now, the thing is, as human beings, we take no really personally. Like, we've been taught that no is a bad word since we're kids. Like, you want to do something when you're little, no, you can't do it. When you're at school, you get told no. When you go to work, you get told no, you can't have that time off, you can't do that, you can't get that promotion. So our brains are wired up to hate the word no. And I remember when I was a PT, and I sat down with a guy who was interested in doing sessions with me, and he said to me, there is no way on earth that I am paying that. And I went white. Like, it was like I'd been punched in the face. I was like, what? he's just said that, like, I'd had no's before, but this was like really, really like harsh. There is no way, it was like a no on steroids. There is no way on earth I am paying that for an hour of your time. And I was like, what the hell? Like, how do I get over this? And it was really, really difficult for me, but he obviously didn't sign up, and I had two options. I was like, you know what, I can ignore this guy, I can call him an idiot, I can call him a prick, whatever. I can kick off with him, I can fight back, I can argue, or I can be as nice as anything to him in the hope that maybe he'll never ever sign up and do personal training with me. Maybe he will later on down the line, you never know, it's all about timing. But maybe, just maybe, if I carry on being nice, if I carry on being friendly, if I carry on adding value to his life, still helping him out with the odd little nutrition tip, still giving him a couple of exercises to do here and there, that he may just recommend me to somebody else. So I'm a big believer in keeping the door open, and also that no doesn't mean no forever. There is somebody that is going to qualify as a teacher and start their first year teaching at a school or whatever in September. And all they want to do is become a teacher. That is all they want to do. They want to work in the schools. They want to help educate. Amazing, amazing mission, amazing kind of career to go into. But in 5 years down the line, they might hate that job, or they might be looking for something else. So the fact that you've talked to them about your product, your service, your business, your opportunity, whatever it is that you do, doesn't mean that they are saying no forever if they do. All it means is you've planted a seed and you need to go back to them later on. And I love the line, be pleasantly persistent. Be pleasantly persistent with people, and eventually they will either come back, and if you're always adding value, they might not buy from you straight away, they might not join straight away, but they might just recommend you to somebody else. And that's all it's about for me. If you throw it out there in the universal washing machine, or whatever you want to call it, it's all churning about in there, and eventually the good stuff comes out. So just going back to my story, the no's were hurtful at the time, but I realized that it didn't mean no forever, and all it really was a no. It was just a word. They weren't saying no to me. They were saying no to themselves, in effect. They were saying no because either they didn't think it was worth it, or they didn't think that they could do it. And those are usually the two questions that people ask themselves in any business, whether it's starting a new job, whether it's applying for a new position, whether it's starting your own business, becoming an entrepreneur online, doing network marketing, whatever it is. People ask themselves two questions: can I do it, and is it worth it? And if the answer to those is yes, then they will go in for it. They will dive in with both feet. So actually, when you look and analyze those two questions, can I do it and is it worth it, they're not saying no to you. They're saying no to themselves. They're saying no to their future for the time being. Because 6 months down the line, 2 years down the line, whatever, 10 months, 2 weeks, it doesn't really matter. They will come back and say, you know what, I'm interested in working with you. So I had to go through that learning curve, and it was great. I had mentors around me, I had a blueprint, I had a system, I had people that were patting me on the back, as well as people that didn't believe in what I was doing. So the next thing I would say is, like, look at your circle of influence. Who are you hanging around, and what are they doing to you? And it's a really key line, and I hear Jim Rohn talk about it all the time. Who are you hanging around with, and what are they doing to you? And what I mean by that is, are they taking you towards your goal of what you want to be and what you want to create for yourself and your family, or are they taking you away from where you want to be? And for me, at the time, I had a circle of friends that were probably taking me away from where I wanted to be, but I also had some people around me that were going to take me towards where I wanted to be. And all you have to do is just make that shift towards the people that are going to take you where you want to be. And my parents they didn't understand what I was doing. They saw me struggling, and they said, I remember my mum was sat there across the kitchen table, and she said to me, John, I think you should stop doing that now. You're not getting where you want to be. You've been doing it for a couple of years and it isn't working. I'm worried about you. And sometimes negativity, or whatever you want to call it, or lack of belief from others, comes from their own fear. They just fear that you're not going to be able to do it. And that was my parents. My mum was looking out for me. She was like, I don't want you to waste any more time on this. Concentrate on what you're already doing and what you're doing is your business, which is your personal training. But you know what? We don't listen to our folks, right? We don't listen to our parents. We just get our head down. And I was like, I'm going to prove you wrong. I'm going to prove to you that I can do this business. And it's not only going to transform my life, it's going to transform yours as well. Remember that conversation with my mum like it was yesterday. And, you know, looking back those 5 years ago or whatever it is, on Sunday, I get to fly my parents to Canada for 3 weeks. We're going whale watching, doing some cool stuff, bear trips. Hopefully I don't get eaten. Canoeing, whitewater rafting, seaplanes, you name it. Flying your parents, all expenses paid, to do something like that is just incredible. The great thing about it is it's an unbelievable way of saying, I told you I was right and you were wrong. But also to do that and give back to your parents who supported me throughout my career and throughout my life is amazing as well. So give me a like if you'd like to do that for your parents or for your partner or someone really close to you, because for me that's what business is all about. So 7 years on, you know, I'm not a personal trainer anymore. I do stuff online helping other people, but my business is totally remote. I build it from my mobile phone, I build it from my laptop. I work anywhere in the world. I've been to the UAE about 5 times this year. I was over in Australia 5 weeks ago, did a tour of there, and it's just incredible. In Miami in May, just insane what you can do. And you know what I want to touch on, guys, is there has never been a better opportunity to build a business than there is now. Like, imagine if you were your age now and it was 1935. No Facebook, no Zoom calls, no Facebook Lives, no internet. Like, you are living in the era of opportunity. There has never been a better time to be a human being and go and create something for yourself that is your passion. So the last question I've got really is setbacks. I got asked a lot about setbacks. Have you had setbacks? Has it been total growth? And the answer is no, it's not. I've had a lot of setbacks. I've had loads of things. Doors slammed in my face. When you think it's growing, then it drops a little bit. You can have some phenomenal success. People might stop working with you. People change, you know. Just because you've got a good client now doesn't mean that they're going to stay with you forever. Just because you've got a great team member now doesn't mean that they're going to stay with you forever. And you've just got to remember that people are always going to do what they think is right for them and their families. That's what they're always going to do. You ain't in control of anything else except from what you think and from what you do. That's the only two variables you can control: what you think and what you do. And all you've got to do is hang around with the right people, listen to the right audio books, listen to the personal development, get to the seminars, invest in yourself, invest in your future, and be pleasantly persistent and stay really consistent. It is that simple, guys, and it doesn't happen overnight. It is a 2 to 5 year game plan where you'll start to see yourself grow and develop, and as you grow as a person, your business grows. It really is that simple. You've got to develop that armor, you've got to develop those strategies by going through the kind of pain journey of getting the door slammed in your face, having the setbacks. All that stuff is building up your armor so you can use that story to inspire somebody else. So hopefully there's somebody, I mean, even if there's just one person on this live tonight or watching the recording of it that gets inspired by the fact that it took me 3 years to get this thing going. You know, it was door slammed in my face, it was tough. If that keeps you in the game, then I've done my job, and that's all I wanted to do. If that keeps you in the game, then maybe one day you'll message me and say, hey, thank you for the live. That was the thing that kept me going. That was the thing when I felt like quitting that I didn't. I decided that this is what I really wanted to do. And I think, just in closing, guys, the number one tip I will give you is be totally honest with yourself. Have you really, whatever it is, whether it's online marketing, network marketing, your own business, entrepreneurship, you're working for a company, it doesn't really matter. You've got to ask yourself this: have you given it everything, or have you just been playing at it? Because when my business wasn't going where I wanted it to go, I had an honest conversation with myself that said, you know what, John, you've been playing at 45% of your maximum. So my question to you is, what percentage have you been playing at? What percentage is it, and how much can you grow that percentage? How much more time can you put in? You know, I could talk for hours and hours and hours about this, but I'm gonna end it in a minute. I'll be doing more lives. I'm getting back on the live stuff. I'll hopefully be able to do some from Canada in some pretty cool locations, as long as I've got Wi-Fi or 4G. And I just want to leave you with this, guys. It is all about leadership. It's all about stepping up. People aren't going to follow you unless you stand up and say, here I am. This is what I'm passionate about. This is what I'm doing. I'm proud to do it. And I'm doing what I said I was going to do. How many times do you hear people say, I'm going to get fit, I'm going to get healthy, I'm going to quit drinking, I'm going to build a business, I'm going to get us out of this house, I'm going to buy myself a new car. They've got all these ideas, but they never, ever, ever do it. That's the difference between being a follower and a leader. A follower just talks. I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, but they never do it. A leader steps up and does it. They do what they said they were going to do. So that's all you've got to do, guys. You just have to step into that leadership role. You can be a leader whether you've got a team or not. You just have to go out there and inspire other people, whatever it is that you're doing, to get involved or to use your services, to join your business, to take your product. Just go out there and add value and step up as a leader. So I've got something pretty cool for you guys. Dropping in your email boxes at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning UK time. Share it with your team, share it with your people. Get on that email hype. I am dropping emails every single day. I've been doing it for about 2 years now. So johnholowattymentor.com, and it's just little things that I do, little things that kind of come to me, whether I'm on a plane or whether I'm driving. I'll be like, write an email about it and send it out to you guys, so hopefully you can get inspired by it. We're almost at 10,000 people on that email list now, which is pretty cool. Not everybody reads them because there's a lot of spelling mistakes, but there you go. All right, guys, hope you got value, and I will just flick it back over to see if there are any questions. No, it's all good. Actually, I'm going to leave it there, guys, but thank you for jumping on. Share it with anybody that you think will get value from it, and get people on the John Holowatty Mentor email. Let's go out there and change some lives. Peace out.